We're here with the Bethel Royals following a 34-32 win in the opening round of the 2022 NCAA Division III playoffs as the Royals defeat Wheaton here in Wheaton, Illinois, 34-32. This afternoon, we're joined by head coach Steve Johnson, freshman defensive back Devin Williams, senior quarterback Jaron Rosti, and junior running back Bryce Kunkel. Coach, first we'll start with an opening statement from you.
Way to go, guys. Man, so proud of our guys. Tough conditions. We've had injuries, and everybody does now, so that we're not talking about that, but we just felt like a great opportunity to keep playing. And against Wheaton, who is just a sister school with us, kind of, and a great place, and they've got great tradition. Coming down here, it was a big deal for us to be able to play these guys and then just have an incredible. I'm sure it was fun to watch. It wasn't that easy to coach, but man, really proud of our guys, the way they played, and we just talked about everything you got. You know, we should always play like it's our last game because it's a big deal. But that's what we kind of set out to give it everything you got, and if you do that, you're gonna be okay no matter what the score is, and it worked out good for us. But so proud of the way our team played and big plays that these guys made, and the leadership that they give us, even a young punk freshman.
We'll open up for questions.
I guess first one, I guess, how is it Jaron or Jaron?
Jared.
Okay. What was I looking at? Okay, so anyway, first off, you had been injured recently, right? Any effects from that?
Yeah, I mean, it's just kind of playing through some stuff, shoulder pain and stuff, but trainers did a good job getting me ready, and it's just AC joint sprained. It's kind of been reoccurring the last 2 weeks, just re-injuring it, so it was good to get through a full 4 quarters.
That said, I mean, the conditions obviously were not good, but yet you guys moved the ball consistently all day. Did it affect anything you tried to do?
I mean, not too much. There was a little bit. One of the strengths of, I would say, my game is just the run game, being able to be a quarterback that runs the ball, that can just schematically put teams at a disadvantage because of it's just a numbers game. Usually if you don't account for the quarterback, the defense is one up in a lot of situations, and so it's been difficult the last couple of weeks dealing with the injury because I haven't been running the ball as much as I have in the past, but you saw in the fourth quarter there, it took a couple of chances of me running the ball because it's the season on the line. You got to pick up a first down, and the one at the end there, picking up that 15-yard gain to pick up that 3rd and long, we could just kneel it out. It was a big deal, but that's one way that it's affected the way that I play and the way we play. But dudes have done a great job stepping up. As you saw, we ran the ball pretty effectively today without me carrying the ball too much.
You, Bryce, with the round game, it seemed like you didn't have, a ton of chunk plays, right? But very methodical, and so it seemed like instead of 2 yards at a whack, you're getting 4 or 5. It seemed like you had manageable down and distance pretty much the whole day. Is that accurate?
I mean, we came into the game knowing that we weren't going to get big chunks. We knew we had to just etch away, make small little gains all day, and we knew we could beat them that way. So you just got to stay in it at that point. It's tough not seeing big plays, big run plays, especially when we're on the ground all day. But our offense just did a really good job of just staying in it and making sure that we kept getting those 5-yard gains every play.
Well, I mean, your drives were long and they were also time-consuming, which takes a toll. It gives your defense a break and it wears them down. You guys did that pretty well today, I thought.
Yeah, appreciate it.
And Devin, obviously, you guys didn't stop. Neither team, once you got rolling, could stop the other team. It was a long drive after a long drive. Just as it turns out, really, that pick 6 is the only kind of aberration out of all those drives. How huge was that to start the second half like that?
I thought it was pretty big because we were them coming out of half down. I think it was 2 points. Being able to start the half, going up more points, and then have the defense come back out onto the field. That was just confidence and momentum going in for the rest of the half. I thought it was a pretty big deal to be able to do that.
Did you just see his eyes jump around? What did you do?
I kind of just played over the top of the receiver, and he kind of stared down my guy the whole time, so I knew it was coming. So once he threw it, I just kind of slipped it and was gone.
A lot of green out in front of you when you
Yeah,
got
there's-
I guess this is for you, Coach. Like I said, you're up, you get the 2 scores right away. And you couldn't put them away, but yet you also never trailed. You were, you know, how big is that to always at least be in front?
Well, that's big. You know, there's a lot of math going on a day like today when it's so windy and you're not knowing, you know, exactly, you know, if we're kicking this way and, you know, we made a decision to kick into the wind. We wanted to have the fourth quarter win, but we scored all our touchdowns going, you know, into it. And so all that bright thinking I was doing went for naught, and these guys just did that. But a lot of that is when Bryce talked about his early runs, we were getting like 4, but he'd get 6. And that's kind of what you were talking about, where putting our third downs manageable, and even when I think we had like a 3rd and 7, but had the confidence at that time to just run it because they had a lot of guys outside the box. And that's where Jaron is going to be able to, you know, give the ball when we've got numbers and then throw it when they don't. And then I think the one thing that was a little weird that I was proud of these guys with offensively especially is, you know, we're pretty good at, we have really good receivers and Jaron and doing those things, but everything, the timing's just a teeny bit different, you know, when you've got the snowy conditions and stuff like that. And I know that, you know, we're supposed to know how to handle all that because we're from the frozen tundra, but it's a little bit different. And, you know, we purposefully practiced in it this week and had to do that. But you're right, those drives are huge, and they kind of make the game even tighter. But to have that lead, but that when we miss that, we've never missed an extra point all year. And then I don't know if that counts as a miss on our guy or not, but we had a bad snap and didn't get the hold. That was a huge play, and then the 2-point, when we stopped the 2-point play, you know, difference in the ball game. Those things, along with Devin's pick.
And I don't remember exactly which series it was. I can't read my notes from this far away, but you know, I think it was the 3rd down pass, the one-handed catch on that. Was it a slant?
Ugh.
Just a dry route, yeah.
That was a pretty good catch.
I mean, we got some pretty good. We got some dudes in the wide receiver room. A lot of those dudes didn't even get a chance to catch the ball today, which was crazy. But our 2 guys, Kidder and Newell, I'd put them up with just about anyone in the country. Like, they're 2 of the best wide receivers that I've ever played with at any level. And so, just putting them in positions to make plays. You saw it on like the earlier in that one-handed catch. It was a bad ball, but he made the play. And then we go down, and on a 4th and goal, we were talking on the sidelines, like, what do you want? I said, let's put it in our best dude's hands. And we got Joey one-on-one matched up on their corner, and he ran a good route, was able to complete it for a touchdown, which at the time it's like, that's a big play. And then you turn around and they score, and we've got to come back and pick up a couple first downs in order to ice that game away. But yeah, our guys made plays today, all around, all 11 dudes. Whoever came into the game was making plays. We were short a couple offensive linemen today, and the dudes that stepped up made plays. Right, our running backs made plays. Our defense made plays when they mattered. So that was the difference in the game.
When you have such an effective running game, it somewhat negates their pass rush as well, right? So you're not under constant pressure because they have to respect the run. So does that running game, I mean, you didn't have to pass the ball a lot today, obviously because of the conditions as well, but does that kind of running game really set up your passes when you need them?
Yeah, absolutely. I think we saw that was the biggest difference between this week and last week in the MIAC championship game against St. John's. We didn't run the ball that much early, and they were able to pin their ears back and get a pass rush. I didn't feel, with the exception of the end of the half in the second quarter, I didn't feel any pressure at all, really, when I was dropping back to pass. And that was, like you said, when you can run the ball for 4 or 5 yards a chunk, right, their pass rush, it somewhat negates that. And when you're talking about being able to run the ball for 4, I was like, I'm just sitting there like, yeah, that's Bethel football. That's what we've always been about. That's what, ever since that I've I've been a part of this team since 2018. Like that's what we've been is running the ball down people's throats, right? And just 4 yards, 4 yards, 4 yards. Sometimes a big chunk play happens. Sometimes a pass play we'll be able to take advantage and get in behind. But being able to control the ball and run the ball is Bethel football, and that's what we did today. That's how we played.
That's right. Thank you so much.